does Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX stepping in this instance actually solve the issue of letting a company like BlockFi crumble, fall, and have to learn from their mistakes and retry? Or is this sort of that bailout system that we've seen repeated time and time again across industries and across sectors here in America and across the world? America is not the only guilty party of that.
Probably depends on how FTX actually is. Like, I mean, if they're providing, a real service and real value, which they seem to just be a company, they charge fees and people use their service. Granted, it's in a way to prop up the crypto gambling casino, but take that as it is. At least there is a real purpose for trading and arbitrage. Like, price discovery is a part of the market. But in the context of like losses and companies going out of business or companies getting sold off from people who are irresponsible with capital to people who are responsible with capital, from people who are from organizations that are losses to organizations that have surpluses, this would technically be that, right? Is that BlockFi was improperly evaluated at $5 billion or whatever, and it lost 99% of its value because it got fire sold to somebody who actually had profits and has completely survived through all of this because they didn't leverage themselves to the hilt and they just have capital. They have capital when there's blood in the streets because they weren't stupid. They didn't leverage their whole world around the fact that there would never be blood in the streets. They knew that it was a reality, and so they had a sustainable business practice. And now they're buying BlockFi. That to me is not a bailout. That to me is them getting a deal by actually having capital when nobody else has capital. That's if a farmer, destroys their land or, has a terrible harvest and then they go out of business and I get to buy their land at 1 cent on the dollar, then that's a benefit for me. That's a thank God we have gotten the resources, those precious, scarce resources out from under that idiot's management and to mine, where I can hire somebody who actually knows how to grow food. So if there is any equity left in BlockFi, if there is a half decent brand, if there's a credit card that pays sats that, can actually be sustainable by being a legitimate banking service of some sort, and you get rid of the idiotic 6%, 10% return because they're betting on DeFi and risking everybody's money, scrap all that and take the DeFi, the BlockFi brand and turn it into a productive business. Great. That's not a bailout. That's a restructuring. That's a ripping apart everything that is bullshit in that company, trying to find something that's real and building that back up. I mean, granted, I don't know anything about this deal. I know what we have accomplished in this. I'm just talking about in the context of hypotheticals. I have no idea.
I appreciate you entertaining my very speculative question and conversation here.